Carl Taylor, and this is my video discussion Unit 3 post. There are many important aspects when dealing with project management, and this week it's about communication. But one of the most important aspects is proper and effective communication. Effective communication allows the team to be on the same page and to be able to solve problems more effectively and efficiently while keeping the project ongoing and moving at a fastidious pace to ultimately being completed and finished on a timely basis. While project management is not only composed of starting, planning, and completing a project, it also builds an integral part of the company, which takes a team of people putting their processes together to ultimately finish a good product or complete a service which can be used by the general public. What are some of the key techniques, methods to communicate effectively as a project manager? One thing, more effective communication equals better project management, is obviously known to everyone in project management, but we do face difficulties in implementing it due to various factors like the nature of a project, structure of the organization, etc. About 90% of the time in a project is spent on communication by the project manager. If this continues in a project, there is a danger of missing the deliverables or other outcomes as required by the sponsor. Rajkumar 2010. This is very important in being a project manager is using effective communication. An effective communication plan in place is the key. Based on stakeholder analysis, the project manager and the project team can determine the communications that are needed. There is no advantage of supplying stakeholders with information that isn't needed or desired, and the time spent creating and delivering such information is a waste of resources. A communications management plan can organize and document the process, types, and expectations of communications. It provides the following: the stakeholders' communications requirements in order to communicate the appropriate information as demanded by the stakeholders. Information on what is to be communicated. This plan includes the expected format, content, and detail. Think project reports versus quick email updates. Details on how information flows through the project to the correct individuals. The communication structure documents where the information will originate, to whom the information will be sent, and in what modality the information is accepted. Appropriate methods for communicating includes emails, memos, reports, and even press releases. Schedules of when the various types of communication should occur. Some communications, such as status meetings, should happen on a regular basis, while other communications may be prompted by conditions within the project. Escalation processes and timeframes for moving issues upward in the organizations when they can't be solved at lower levels. Methods to retrieve information as needed. Information on how the communications management plan can be updated as the project progresses, and a project glossary. The communications plan may also include information and guidelines for project status meetings, team meetings, emails. That's electronic meetings, not meetings about the letter E, and even email. Some expectations for communications and meetings early in the project establish guidelines for the project team and the stakeholders. That's from Rajkumar 2010. Using an effective communications plan not only keeps all the information flowing, but allows everyone to be able to have the information at hand, and no one is trying to second guess themselves or questioning what part of the project they are on or even what they need to have completed and when. What are some important do's and don'ts as a project manager when communicating with project teams and stakeholders? Tips for individuals to communicate to achieve success in a team. Recognize and understand the differences. Know whom they are communicating with. What is the background of each team member? What is their experiences? How do they shape their team members' views, opinions, perspectives, and biases? It is imperative to keep an open and flexible mind. Recognizing differences means acknowledging and respecting individuals for whom they are. It does not necessarily imply agreement with their perspectives, nor is it a like-dislike dimension. You, the sender, needs to consider how you are different from the intended audience. What is your background and experience, and how does the past shape your views? What are your opinions and biases? Communication is a two-way process, and you, as the sender, play an important role. 2. Create the appropriate message to communicate. Be clear about the content and goal of your message. Are you communicating to inform? Ask for input, clarifying an issue, resolving a problem. How should your message be formulated given the differences between yourself and your audiences? Should your message be direct and to the point, or should it be more subtle and indirect? Deliver the message. Your message can be delivered in many forms, such as written document, a team meeting, voicemail, email, and face-to-face communication. Obtain the feedback. You'll want to check for understanding and ensure that your message is accurately received. The important point is to ensure accurate comprehension, not necessarily agreement. And that was all taken from Rajkumar 2010. These are all good ways not to only help to talk to the stakeholders, but to also team members. And remember, the most important thing is to deliver bad news easily while accentuating on the positive things the team has already done. When I used to judge the demonstrations for the local 4-H, I used to tell them one bad aspect of their speech and give 3 positive for each bad point. This helps to keep the speakers or the team members' self-esteem while letting them know what they need to work on. What are the major components of the communications plan? An effective communication plan is in place is key. Based on stakeholder analysis, the project manager and the project team can determine the communications that are needed. There is no advantage of supplying stakeholders with information that isn't needed or desired, and the time spent creating and delivering such information is a waste of resources. Communications... Haven't I already done that? I thought I'd already done that. Wait. Let me shut this off.